Hey,
Hello, Metabolic.
Metabolic. It is Bella.
And it's Laura. And so today we're going to actually talk about something that does come up a lot. And we see it a lot, especially this time of year with back to school starting and things like that. But I'll just be real with you. So I have not been doing my normal stuff. And I ate my lunch before we filmed this. This is the same day this is going live, that this is happening. So I ate with my computer and I don't really remember what I even ate, but like it was really good, healthy food. I had like this little arugula and these eggs, but you know what? I don't really remember what it even tastes like, Bella. And I certainly wasn't paying any attention to it because I was multitasking and not practicing mindfulness. So, can you talk to us about mindful eating? First, maybe tell us like why what I did was bad and like what time is okay. Like it's not, but maybe like the harmfulness of like not eating mindfully long term and then how we can fix it.
Yeah, okay, so let's have a chat firstly. First of all, I want to preface that if you are listening to Laura and you're thinking, gosh, well, I've just done that too, please don't. We live in a society that is constantly on the go. I mean, how many of us have eaten a protein bar in the car, or eaten, just like Laura said, had our laptop on our desk, or, eaten watching a movie, or with our kids watching television, whatever it is. We live in a society that's just go, go, go. So really it's normal, but it's not optimal. And there's many reasons for that. And there's actually a bunch of research on mindful eating now, and more is coming out about it. But essentially what mindful eating does, it's a meditation type practice related to food, and it helps you slow down. It increases your awareness of your food, and it can even promote like healthy eating behaviors, and even help with things like cravings, and helping you kind of be in tune with your body in regards to fullness. And then obviously from that can help you reach your health goals, especially if they are things like weight loss, or things like that. So Laura, when she was on her computer, a few things could have happened. First of all, she was distracted. And that's kind of one of my main things when practicing mindful eating. Try and put all the electronics and the phones away, because when we're distracted, we're missing what we're actually eating. And digestion actually starts in the brain. Our brain signals our mouth and those salivary enzymes to start breaking down the food. So if we're kind of go, go, go and not paying attention, then we're missing that. So slow down. Every single bite, I want you to savor it. And this is going to really kickstart your digestion. But also it's going to help you, again, recognize when you're hungry. So I like for people to kind of start at the beginning of their food, again, taking a few deep breaths, looking at what you're eating, maybe even thinking where it came from. I know Laura loves her CSA box and the farmer's market, and I also love the farmer's market, and just having a little bit of an appreciation for how this food's actually got to your table, and then between every bite putting that fork down. And then another thing that mindful eating based on that is really helpful with is cortisol. And we talk a lot here about stress and the impact that can have. But, as with any meditation, a mindful eating practice is also going to help kind of reduce that chronically high cortisol in the body, and reduce that kind of flight or fight response. And as we know, stress can lead to things like cravings and throw our schmeck out of check. So it's also really, really beneficial for that. And then, monitoring throughout your meal. Okay, am I hungry? Am I feeling full? What am I feeling? Maybe my tummy's feeling a bit done. I think oftentimes we're so tempted to load everything up on our plate. And again, if we're distracted, we're not even paying attention. We just clean the plate and go. And like Laura said, you might not even really remember what you've eaten or how much you've eaten and whether you're full or not. So I think it can really, just be beneficial in so many ways. And again, there's a lot of juicy science on this if you're into that. Maybe we can share some links at the bottom, but there's some really good stuff, related to this, and all sorts of how it's helping, excess weight, as well as like chronic stress. So really bottom line is, whenever you sit down to eat, try and sit at the dinner table if possible, or just a space where you can really focus. Take a few deep breaths, put those electronics away. If you're kind of a numbers person, I like to shoot for about 20 minutes for a meal. I know this is not doable for everyone, but I think 20 minutes is just a good time, especially in the evening meal, just to kind of allot for yourself And, if it's only 3 minutes, then maybe you've rushed it a little bit. And then just try and savor each bite, putting your fork down in between. And then again, assessing your hunger, beginning, middle, and end. And hopefully
I think that the time thing is really important. That's cool because I can tell you out of experience, like, and if anyone who's watching this knows me or has eaten with me, like today I ate my lunch. I don't even think I even ate that much. I ate it very quickly. It was probably maybe, 5-10 minutes eating. But if you're eating with me and I'm out at a restaurant and having like a real, or just at your home or my home and having just like an enjoyable meal, I actually eat extremely slowly, like to the point that like people are like, Laura, that's how long it's taking you to eat this. And I'm like, I'm really enjoying it. Which is a good thing, but that does show you the difference of like the relaxation and really savoring it. And like, maybe this is helpful. Maybe you're just like, Laura, this is crazy. Why are you telling me this? But maybe it helps you to recognize, because like now that you've mentioned that, and I'm like, well, this is what I normally would do. That is not what I did. And that's a huge difference. And I always feel better and my digestion's better. I'm less bloated feeling afterwards when I have like, even if I had a large meal, if I take my time, like I feel like it's more, even if I've eaten more, it feels like less and I feel better, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you're not just glugging it down. Again, you're kind of giving your body, a moment to realize, okay, food's going in, digestion's kick-starting, like I'm hungry, I'm full, versus just chowing it down like we do without even a breath of air. So.
And I think this is probably a very important overlook. Like we do have like stress as something we talk about and we look at a lot. And like one of our hormone types is, especially if you are doing metabolic renewal, is a stress-based hormone type. And we talk about that, but not maybe thinking about how it goes together with our food and how that's something that we're doing without even realizing it all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like, we don't recommend going out and power walking, and I don't do that. I make sure I'm like, oh, I must mindfully walk. But then here I was.
Yeah, I get it.
Power walking my lunch, basically, right?
Yeah, totally. And I know, when life gets stressful and busy, it's, very easy to think, gosh, well, I don't have time. I promise you do, even if it's just a little bit longer. And even if you can just, at least just pause a little bit, it's really important. And I think it will help you feel a lot better. It's the same thing with a workout. I feel like I don't have time, but as soon as you do it, you feel so much better afterwards. It's exactly the same with this, really just taking the time to prepare and enjoy nutrient-dense foods, and enjoying that meal slowly is going to go a really long way in your health journey.
I love it. And just talking about this already makes me feel more relaxed and more enjoying things. So what I would love is if you could leave us a comment telling you maybe where do you normally eat, good or bad? Let us know. And then if you're struggling, we would love to help you find ways to stay accountable. That's what our Facebook group's for. Maybe tomorrow I'll post and make sure you guys know that I actually sat and there was no computer in front of me. And any questions you have or the science behind it, we'd be happy to help you with that.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.